Item 8H2. Jim, are we going to have a presentation from Ted Keeney?
We do.
Okay.
This is Ted.
Good morning.
Ted Keeney. I live at 615 Northwest 15th Street. The image that you see is the Diversified Historical Properties project in Bricktown. It consists of 3 buildings to be renovated and a parking facility to be built in what is labeled on the image above as 3 East Reno. Go to the next slide. This is a rendering that our architect, who's with me today, Martin Goldstein, on this side, with Venture Architects, has prepared. It indicates the, if you look to the left-hand side, you'll see an extension of the canal, which Mr. Bryant will be discussing in a little bit. We've added a line across about the line where the canal currently terminates, but you can see there will be an addition there that will extend the canal on the western edge of this property and allow for some additional development types. Go to the next. This is looking from the northwest corner. You can see the Case Plow building and the building that currently houses Leo's, as well as the Rock Island Plow. Our plans call for 2 levels of residential apartments in the Case Plow building, 1 level of apartments in the Leo's building, and 3 levels of residential in the Rock Island Plow, which is the southeast corner. All of those will be apartments. They will not be condominiums. We have to own the Case Plow and the Leo's building for 10 years. We will be using tax credits on the 2 historical structures, which are the Case Plow and the Rock Island Plow. I'm going to let Mr. Goldstein tell you a little bit about the image you see here. This is the northwest corner of the canal, and you can see some of the significant change that we're anticipating preparing.
Architecturally, these projects are really exciting. The existing building on the right, the Case Plow building, it has an exposed concrete structure that we're going to leave exposed that you can't really build today. The location is ideal, and what we're trying to do is activate the west end of the canal by creating spaces that are pleasing to the end user. You can see in this picture we've built, or we're proposing to build an enclosed patio down along the canal, which we think would be pretty exciting for all the folks down there, if we could advance the slide. You can see again on the right is the Case Plow, and in the far back is the Rock Island Plow building, and if you could go one more. This building also has an incredible structure. It's an old wood structure, and the floor-to-floor heights really lend themselves to a more modern development. You can see we're starting on the right to allude to a lower level restaurant space. We really feel like these projects add to and will help maximize the investment the city's already made on the canal. There's been a tremendous response from the Bricktown Urban Design Committee as well as from the State Historic Preservation Office.
Be happy to entertain any questions that you have. We're excited at the opportunity. We're very grateful that this award has been offered to us, and be happy to respond to any questions you might have.
Any questions about this specific piece? Is everyone clear on which piece of property this is? And okay. Mr. Keeney, would you be more specific, and perhaps when we go to the maps, kind of draw our attention to where this property is?
Just a moment, we'll go back to the first slide. If you look to the lower left corner, those are the railroad tracks.
On the lower left there, north-south railroad track.
And then Reno runs on the south exterior of this property. That's basically the new gateway to Bricktown. The Ford Center and the Cox Convention Center are immediately to the west on either side of Reno. And as you proceed east on Reno, you end up in lower Bricktown. So this is it's currently a parking lot. There's a very small city park in the southwest corner. It's the western extremity of the canal, and with the canal extension, the canal will be brought all the way down to Reno to the south.
Mr. Key, what's the net effect on parking?
Our parking facility adds 251 spaces. There are currently 125 spaces in the lot that you see on the south part of the block. we'll have a total of 376. There'll be 2 levels below ground, 1 level of surface. Ultimately, we hope that the surface level will transcend that and move into development above it. But we'll have a total of 376 spaces.
Though we lose surface parking, there's a net increase in the amount of parking that will be available in Bricktown.
Well, and even if we lose the surface parking, there will still be a net increase. And as that development occurs, we anticipate that it will move into that northeast lot as well. There would be underground capabilities to add there. So all in all, we anticipate that there will be at least a 250 space increase, as well as bringing back some very old abandoned properties that are currently there.
Well, I think this is the most significant development to hit Bricktown. If you're able to complete this project as indicated, I think this is the most significant thing that Bricktown has seen, and it's seen a lot of significant development. This is very exciting.
That's quite flattering, thank you.
Yeah.
We're very anxious to begin.
How many units?
Pardon me?
How many units?
Residential?
Yes.
We'll have, in the Rock Island Plow, there will be at least 18, possibly as many as 24. In the building that currently houses VO, our plans call for 7 units. There will be at least 8 in the Case Plow building. The ground level on each building will remain mixed-use commercial, with restaurants, that type of thing, perhaps office space. The lower level, which only the Case Plow and the Rock Island Plow have basements, those would primarily be entertainment, restaurants, that type of thing. The Zio's building does not have a basement.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? All right, need a motion? Okay, we're going to vote on item 8H2. Been moved and seconded. Cast your votes. Passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item 8H3, same property.
It's a companion item. One is the private.
Any comments or questions on item 8H3? Brent, do you have anything to add?
Well, I just wanted to add that we worked with the developer, Mr. Keeney, and his group on this, and we thought that based on these original designs, it was going to eliminate access to the canal. We thought, let's try to open up the canal and extend the canal. This project will add about 180 feet to the canal and also open up a new gateway to the canal from the Reno Avenue area.
Doesn't it also allow a more appropriate turnaround for the canal on the trip?
We were going to try to do that.
Yeah. It seems, the way it is now, you kind of have to back up and kind of move yourself around. And I think the idea is here to try to make it more of a loop, make it a little easier for the canal trip. But this does extend the canal, and as was pointed out by Mr. Keeney, it really does become a new entrance to Bricktown, and it kind of brings Bricktown closer to the Ford Center, closer to the Cox Center, because it's going to seem like you're in Bricktown more quickly than it does today.
Here's the last rendering here kind of shows you how we perceive this to as a new gateway to the area.
That part of the canal does not exist today, and that entrance is along, what is that, Reno?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry?
All right, is that what the mayor is talking about, that white thing in the middle? Is the plan for the canal boat to be able to come down and just circle around that little?
We are not at that point in this project to do that. These are all conceptual designs right now, and we plan to get our engineers moving as quickly as
Not like the
possible.
engineers haven't got a hold of it yet, but the design team says it can work.
That's front engineering. I don't think the boat can turn there.
Oh, they're always concerned about things like grade and things like that.
I just hope the engineer's answer is not to buy smaller boats.
Yeah. Any other comments or questions on 8H3? Okay. All right, cast your votes. Passes unanimously. Thank you all.